Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to talk about everything that I have loved to wear, everything I have wanted over the last month, everything I've watched and loved, read and eaten, and my tips for success. So it's my new WWWRES series and I've been loving doing this. I really wanted to do another one before we get to Vlogmas, so here it is. Let's get started. The first thing I did was spray with abandon because I have been loving wearing a tailored coat combined with a chunky knit. That's been my favorite outfit combination for the last month. And so Scotchgard offered to partner with me and I had no idea that this existed. It's fabric protector, so I had always used leather spray on all my boots. You guys know I've talked about that so much, how it really helps to preserve shoes for the long term, which is amazing if you are spending way too much money on shoes like I do. But I did not know that you could actually do the same thing with fabrics, and I think it's especially interesting if you own some bright coats. I'm always really worried about getting foundation on my coats or other makeup or light things that are really going to end up kind of ruining the neckline especially. So what I did is I sprayed the whole collar area of the coat and you cannot see where the spray went at all. And I'm so pleased with that because it just gives me really like peace of mind that if I get makeup on there, it's going to be so much easier to wipe off. It just basically creates repellency on the fabric. So once I had done that with my Stella McCartney coat, I was on a total roll. And I also ended up spraying my teal couch with Scotchgard as well as my chair because both of those surfaces are often sat on by me with hot chocolate and other tasty things that I'm going to show you in this favorite video, and so I was just worried that it would end up getting stained, and I'm very attached to both. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this spray. Wanted to mention it for that reason. It just is basically invisible but creates peace of mind that you can go ahead and get any stains out if they do happen. So this particular outfit combination of a really nice chunky knit, usually in a neutral color, paired with one of my scarves, of course, so that's a capri blue. I do love wearing that one with my Stella McCartney coat. The Stella McCartney coat is a little bit darker. It's like 2 shades darker than the scarf, and so it creates this beautiful ombre effect with my capri blue scarf. I just love it so much. I mean, even on the mannequin it looks amazing, and I've just been loving that combination then with something light underneath, like a gray sweater or a cream sweater. Today I'm wearing a cream one, and that's just been like my favorite outfit of the month, so I wanted to share that with you. And then for my want list, oh god, this basically is making this video into a coats video, isn't it? But it is that season where I think your coat kind of defines and makes or breaks an outfit. So a coat can just be practical, it can just be to keep you warm, and that's fine. But for me, it needs to do that and also fulfill my fashion appetite. And so the Stella McCartney coat has been really doing that throughout the fall. And as it gets rainier and rainier, on my want list, where I'm literally going on the site every day, is a Sentaler coat, and I absolutely love Sentaler. It's been worn by the Duchess of Cambridge, Meghan Markle. It's like the hot Canadian coat right now. It's now being stocked at Neiman's as well, so I'll include the link down below. I am seriously lusting after the one with the hood. It's a mid-length coat with the ribbed sleeves, which is their signature. They also have the amazing short one with the belt, the full-on ribbed sleeve that goes all the way to the top. That's like their classic kind of statement coat, and that one is short, and I have the black one and I love it. I'm so pleased with the quality. So I think I'm gonna drop the money on a mid-length one, so it'll be longer than my black one, and the main thing that it has that none of my other current favorite coats have is a really nice voluminous hood that creates like this amazing drama, but because I also live in Vancouver, will really help to protect my hair and just kind of make me want to walk to work again, where I've been taking the SkyTrain because it's just so gross with the rain when it's a really rainy day. So I really need a hooded coat, and I think I'm going to treat myself to that really nice one soon. So I'll let you guys know. You'll probably see it in Vlogmas if I end up caving and getting it. On my watch list is this amazing French series called Call My Agent. So I know that some of you are francophone too, so then you can just watch it in French. I mean, it just is filmed in French and filmed in France. So you may already also have heard of it. In French, I think it's called 10%, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it has a different title. Anyway, it's just on Netflix and you can watch it with subtitles. It is so funny. It is like a dark comedy. If you like things like The Office, it's much more subtle than that, but it's so interesting because it's all about the world of celebrity agents. But because it's in France, the humor is very different. It's much more of a subtle humor than you would ever see in an American or Canadian show for that matter. And I've been so enjoying watching it. I've also been loving the understated fashion and makeup that's in the show. It's like some of the actresses aren't wearing any visible makeup at all. It's kind of crazy natural, and I've kind of been loving that more effortless vibe as a result of the show. Anyway, you have to watch it. It's just one of those shows. It's very, very easy to watch, and if you're into French cinema, then you will enjoy it even more, but even if you're not, I feel like you would still get a chuckle out of the storylines. On the much, much darker side, if you are looking for a darker show that's going to be like more suspenseful to watch with your partner, then you might want to check out Mindhunters, which is a new made-for Netflix series that's out. Joe and I just totally devoured it. It was very, very easy to watch, very creepy. It's all about serial killers and kind of the development of the FBI. So really kind of historically interesting for that reason, but just very, very watchable show as well. On the reading side, I know I'm so overdue for lattes and literature. I'm sorry. I feel like by now we're probably just gonna have an informal like vlogmas lattes and literature in Hawaii, or maybe it'll be one of those videos that I kind of put up in January when I'm supposed to be taking my yearly hiatus from filming videos, but I always end up putting something up anyway. I do need just some more novels to put in because I've been reading like 3 pages a night or something like that. What I will do is I will just recommend an author for you now because I'm actually reading one of her novels. I'll list it down below, which will make it into the lattes and literature. But if you have not heard of this author and you like historical fiction, then you need to go and get her books now. Her name is Jennifer Donnelly. I cannot believe that none of these books have been made into a movie yet. But in any case, as of now, to my knowledge, it's still all in book form, and she wrote The Tea Rose, which was amazing, and I didn't know that she really had some other novels out other than the Tea Rose saga. So there's a number of books in that series that I read years ago. They were recommended by my friend Barrett, who is a museologist, so she's really into history, and the fact that she had endorsed the descriptions of history in those novels and told me that it was just well written and well researched, that to me meant a lot, and I just also found them so enjoyable. So it's kind of a throwback, half kind of little preview of what's going to be in the next lattes and literature because I'm reading another book by that author. So if you're low on time like I am, something you may also want to read just for the interest of it is this article all about blanket scarves. It's just really interesting to me how temperatures in offices have consistently stayed so cold despite the fact that so many women are freezing, to the point where the blanket scarf has become a kind of societal phenomenon. I based pretty much my need for scarves and for a line of really beautiful, luxurious, colorful ones entirely on the fact of how freezing I was in the office for years and how many scarves I would buy as a result, and just never would be that happy with any of them. So I came across this article that talked about that, and so I'm going to link it down below because it was so funny because it just put into words what I had been experiencing for years. So I will link that down below just for a quick read. On the eating side, I have been working flat out this month, so I don't have any baking to show you, which is really too bad, but I feel like you are going to see a whole bunch of that in Vlogmas. So we're just going to keep it really simple for this favorites video, and I'm going to show you my favorite cheese because I am a cheeseaholic. I would never give up dairy because that would mean that I would need to give up real cheese, and I just could never. It's called Sentaler. I've been eating this since I was like 3 years old, and it's very widely available in Canada, which I have to say many European cheeses are not. It's available at Costco in my area. It's quite a strong cheese, so if you're not into that, you may not like this, but it's very creamy. And so I'm going to make myself a little cracker now while I ramble on to you, because my other recommendation is my favorite crackers at Costco. I know a lot of you go to Costco, so I hope this is not too weird. This is the Miller Selection. I feel like the black ones look really weird, but they're actually really delicious. They're charcoal, and they don't have much of a different taste. They are just flavorful in terms of how crispy they are and just simple. So I feel like they really let a cheese kind of shine, and I like those because they create a really nice ombre effect, because then you have the black cracker, the light beige cracker, and then you can do some Mary's crackers too. So these are definitely like a healthier choice, but they're so crunchy and tasty. And I just love one of these little crackers with a generous amount of cheese, and I don't have any honey here, otherwise normally I would put a little bit of that on there too. So my number one tip for success, just based on what I'm dealing with right now, is always try and be a step ahead. I know a lot of you are interested in a full video about running a business, and I will make that video. I'm just getting more experience under my belt before I preach, basically. But what I will share with you this month is the idea that no matter what field you're in, and whether or not you are running a business that sells something that is in sales, you can really benefit from this tip, I think. If you can always be 3 months ahead of the game, you will lower your stress so much. And I started kind of noticing that this attitude is bleeding into my full-time job as well, where I'm finishing reports way earlier than I used to, because then it clears my desk for new files, for doing other things, just for having a clear mind as well. So everything that you can do today, just get it done. And if you are doing something that is connected to fashion or to sales, it's absolutely imperative, because in order to have that stock for the holidays in like August, and that was too late. So I'm starting to learn these lessons now, that you really have to budget for delays from other people. So my supplier is a very small supplier. It's a family-owned business in rural Nepal, and so they often, you know, may have supply issues that I really am not able to control. So I'm having to really start to think ahead more and more, where it used to be if I could control things, I wouldn't only need to think ahead by maybe like a month to 2 months for Nouvelle Pearl, because I'm the designer there. I create everything, so everything depends on me. But as I'm giving up some control, I notice that I need to do things earlier and earlier. And if you're dealing with collections as well in textiles, you always want to be a step ahead as well, just in terms of fashion too, and thinking early for the next season. So I'm already thinking of what I'm going to do for the spring season. I'm putting my order in for my 3 next colors that I'll be releasing in 2018, and getting that done. And again, you know, I wish I had done that even earlier. So I'm thinking earlier and earlier, and I think 3 to 4 months is really what I'm going to have to be looking at. And once you can figure that out for your industry, whatever it is that you're doing, even if it's not in sales, I think you will really notice a difference in how productive you are and where your stress levels are at as well. So I hope that helps you. It's really helped me to start thinking that way and have that in my planner as well. Little notes to start thinking about things months ahead really helped me to kind of trigger and always be thinking creatively but earlier. So that is my tip for the month. I hope that you enjoyed this particular video. I really love this kind of mix and match format where you get a little bit of everything. I've been really enjoying creating these, so I bet you will be seeing them again in the new year. But until then, you'll be seeing a whole ton of content on my channel as we gear up for Vlogmas, and I do have 2 giveaways going on, so I will link those in the info bar down below. I hope you enjoyed this particular video, and I will see you in my next installment on style.